Why, hello there, friends. It's been a minute. One day I'll have a schedule and I'll stick to it. Until then, each video will be a surprise to you and also to me. So, surprise! And this surprise video is all about hands, or drawing hands more specifically. There is no argument that hands are important. We use them to communicate, facepalm, and
jazz hands!
But jokes aside, majority of artists need these to create. Of course, there are other professions where hands are irreplaceable tools, like surgery. I don't know about you, but I have never heard of a surgeon who learned to use their feet to operate after an accident. But you will agree, still pretty key for artists, which is ironic because a lot of us struggle with drawing them, and often simply avoid. And so I spent a week drawing hands every single day to see whether that would make a difference. If you're interested in whether I had any success, keep watching and consider subscribing. Just like with any other experiment, I had to establish a baseline. So I took an opportunity to go to a live drawing session and draw just hands. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, the results were pretty shocking. If you've never been to a live drawing session, the format is usually you start with really quick sketching poses of 1-2 minutes, and then they increase in time to 5, 10, 15, depending on where you are and who you're working with. And my 1 and 2 minute sketches, well, judge for yourself. If these are not cries for help, then I don't know what is. The longer exercises of 5 and 10 minutes gave me a little bit more hope, but now, having established just how dire things were, I now had a baseline, and I could use the same live drawing session the following week to check whether my daily drawing efforts made any difference. I know this says day 2, but it's actually day 1. Trust me, I was there. And I tried to draw my own hand. It wasn't too bad, but also I hate holding my hand still for any period of time, so that didn't last. Instead, I did some tutorials and I found them extremely helpful. I will link the ones that I did down below in the description box, because if you struggle with drawing hands, these will help. It was day 1 and I already felt and saw improvement. I think what helped with the tutorials is the breakdown of the hand into its constituent parts. My favorite explanation was one of the tutorials explained the palm of the hand as Athena, Hypathena, and Steve. Now, Steve changed my game. You have to think about Steve if you want to draw a hand successfully. Remember that. I then used theories and techniques from the tutorials during my daily practices. At first, I found a couple of timed YouTube videos for hand drawing, but they were quite limited, and I finished them in a day. So on day 2, I discovered Line of Action. I will link this down in the description, but in essence, it's a live drawing site that offers figure, face, animal, and very helpfully hand drawing references. Also feet, but ew. So you can set duration of the references and they change automatically like they would in an actual live drawing session. I did not manage to record every single day, but to be fair, having looked through all the footage available, you probably wouldn't want 7 days of me drawing hands because, well, it gets old. What I will say is that I really struggled with poses of the hands with foreshortening, like the one I'm drawing here. I think that one's one of the better ones. There's just something about foreshortening that I really struggle with. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Do you struggle with foreshortening? And if you don't, then how? What's a tutorial that helped you with it, or a book? I would be really interested to know. the easiest hand pose, I guess, for me is where you can see all the fingers stretched out, because well, one of the tutorials described drawing fingers in 3 equal parts, and that helped immensely. I believe I can draw this type of hand fairly quickly and relatively accurately now, albeit a bit cartoony. This was actually my favorite hand that I've drawn in the whole of the week, and that was day 2. Go figure. So before heading back to the drawing class, what are my takeaways of the week? I guess practice does make improvement. Not perfect. I have still a very long way to go, but what surprised me is how quickly I improved. I've been scared of hands my whole entire life. Not scared necessarily, but I've avoided drawing them as a plague. I ignored them. I abstractedly put squiggles where hands must be. I did a lot of things to try and avoid them, and I really shouldn't have been scared. What I should have done is worked at it for a week and saw that it is good, I guess. So maybe if you're earlier than I am in your art journey, maybe you'll take this as your sign to just sit down and start drawing some damn hands. It's not that scary. You'll be alright. And back at the live drawing session. Did I make a difference in a week? I think I did. I think I made quite a bit of difference. I was not horrified at my 1 and 2 minute attempts anymore. I felt I had more confidence. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Also, I think in the first drawing session I really struggled to see because the live model is a little bit far away, and seeing just hands isn't that easy. But in the second session, that didn't matter that much because I knew what I was looking at. So it was easier to fill the gaps of where I couldn't actually see the details. And so I deem this exercise a success. I might not be perfect at hand drawing just yet, but I am a lot better. And here are some before and afters, so judge for yourself. Well, that's the wrap, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye!